wound down.
Right, right.
Yeah, but back before that, the plane ride from Saigon back to California was probably the best plane ride I ever had.
Oh,
I mean, to get out of the country,
Sure.
alive and not wounded, and in my right mind.
Sure.
Yeah, I was very thankful.
Right.
And I did tell, God that if he'd get me back, I'd be a changed person.
Right.
Not that I had a lot of indiscretions, but, I just said, hey, I
Sure.
really would like to get back.
Sure.
Not in those circumstances, but, I made it back. And I made a pact that I would be a better person.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Was it a commercial plane on your way back?
Well, I think it was, but there's some body bags on there, so I'm sure it was.
Okay.
Yeah. And then a guy who came back with me, he was really kind of whacked out. Yeah. I think he was like on drugs or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Those kind of stick into your frame.
Sure. Yeah, you can see how war can
It's
an environment.
Yeah, it's a tough deal. War is hell.
Mm.
And then we lost a lot of people over there. Through 50,000, and then you had some MIAs and POWs,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
it was not a pretty sight.
Right. Okay. Did you? And I know your base was more of an administrative and perhaps signal and intelligence gathering. Were you ever in the middle of any combat or faced with any combat other than the mortars at night and
No, I didn't have any hand to hand.
Okay.
Nothing up close and
Sure.
personal.
Okay.
Everything was like
Sure.
beyond,
Okay.
other than the first encounter.
Right.
So that was good for me.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine. And you mentioned the Red Cross, and you thought highly of them.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate a little bit?
Well, a lot of times, agencies that you have no contact with, you don't really know what they do. But when you have a personal contact, and then they are really, there for you, there's a respectability there. And so now, if they send me something in the mail, I donate.
Sure.
Yeah, but you have a personal experience.
Sure.
And I think those kind of agencies, are very much needed.
Sure.
And and they do what their mission statement said they will do. So, that was a. If you don't have any contact with them, you never know.
Sure. So you in essence had a first-hand experience.
Yeah.
Of the good they can provide.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let's say we're at Fort Benning. And you were there pretty much just to wind up and to fill out your time, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you do at Benning to fill out your time?
Yeah, I was doing some administrative stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, not much. By the time I was there, it was time to go.
Right.
And that was a good platform for me to leave out of.
So was it hard adjusting back to U.S. life or
To the civilian life?
well let's say from Vietnam to Benning, to that part of your military experience? Were there any adjustments getting back to stateside life, not civilian life per se, but stateside? Was it? You didn't have nightmares and all that stuff.
I don't think so. I was just happy to be back.
Okay.
And then when I left Benning, that's when I kind of rejumped, my life again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now you were at Benning, and you decided not to re-up. So.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting thing also. It was just before I left Vietnam, I was courted by some warrant officers because they needed warrant officers, to fly these choppers, and they would give you a commission on the spot, or with a little training, whatever. And I pondered it, because
Sure.
flying something was always kind of
Right.
cool, I like cars.